Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Tom Johnson begins now.
Good evening. Tonight we have chilling footage of the moment an armed robber held a heavily pregnant woman at gunpoint during a brazen attack at a grocery store. The frightening incident has shaken staff at the Waverley Topshop, some too traumatised to return to work.
3:35 p.m. at the Waverley Topshop. This is the moment a man walks through the door and pulls his gun on a staff member 8 months pregnant.
Okay.
Unknown to the worker, the gun is a fake, but brandishing a large knife in the other hand, the armed robber demands cash and cigarettes.
Please don't hurt me. I'm pregnant, honestly.
After filling a bag with around $5,000 worth of goods, the thief flees with his loot, leaving with a chilling sign-off.
Have a good one.
Too traumatised to speak on camera, the 24-year-old mother-to-be tells us her main objective was to remain calm and get out of the situation alive. But as soon as the robber fled the scene, she became overwhelmed. Police claim this hold-up yesterday was part of 3 armed robberies over Thursday and Friday, which saw the Ravenswood BWS and Kmart stores also targeted. The suspected citywide crime spree coming to a crashing end yesterday evening on Penquite Road. Emergency services forced to cut the 23-year-old Summerhill man free from the wreckage.
They worked for some time to extricate the offender from the vehicle, and then he was finally taken to Launceston General Hospital.
The alleged offender is expected to fly to Melbourne to undergo surgery for serious pelvic injuries. The scars for the pregnant employee at Waverley could also be lifelong. Store management says she won't return to work after the terrifying ordeal.
I don't blame her for not wanting to come back. I probably wouldn't want to come back if that happened to me either.
Garth Burley, 7 Tasmania News.
Police have charged a 29-year-old Moona man after a wounding in Dulcott. Authorities say a dispute yesterday afternoon led to one man receiving serious cuts to his hand. The injured male was treated at the scene by paramedics and transported to the Royal Hobart Hospital for further assessment. The man charged has been released on bail. And as the nation continues to battle bushfires, Hobart's Lord Mayor says the situation should serve as a wake-up call. She wants council to develop a strategy to combat ember attacks, warning the city needs to rethink how it defends itself from a major blaze.
With a dry winter and warm temperatures greeting Hobart last year, the dense fuel load in surrounding areas is a major concern. Its conditions, fire experts say, makes the region vulnerable to ember attacks.
Basically sandwiching us between the water's edge and bushland, and so the fires could blow embers deep into many suburban areas.
These scorching coals can move up to 10 kilometres away from the fire front thanks to wind gusts, creating spot fires that grow the size of the blaze. The city's Lord Mayor says the devastating fires interstate show attitudes and strategies have to change.
It really is a new era where we have to think about fire in a very different way and the damage it can potentially cause.
She wants council to develop an ember attack strategy. Modelling would be conducted to predict damage estimates, along with education for residents.
We need to understand what is the potential risk in Hobart from ember attack and how we all can improve and protect our properties.
Professor Bowman has welcomed the idea of the council developing a plan, saying towns and cities across the whole state should be undertaking similar conversations and research.
Not to unnecessarily scare people, but to help people understand the scale of investment we're going to need for fuel management and retrofitting our housing stock. We've really got a big program ahead of us.
The motion will be debated at Council's Parks and Recreation Committee meeting on Thursday. John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
A colourful inflatable maze shipped all the way from England has headlined the opening day of Foma. The public wandering through a full spectrum of colours, which are all created from natural light.
Very thin, so that allows the sunlight to come through the coloured areas, a bit like a stained glass window, and then reflect off the grey.
The Roman-inspired dome exhibition will be open at Royal Park throughout the festival. Tasmanians are continuing to dig deep in support of fundraising appeals to assist those affected by the ongoing bushfire crisis interstate. Tomorrow, one Hobart cafe will be donating all of their proceeds and staff wages directly to organisations such as the Red Cross and Wise.
It's going on. So many communities that are being affected. I mean, it's a small contribution. You know, it's something that we can do. And I think every little bit helps.
Australian individuals, communities, businesses are doing their bit, and I'm just pleased to be joining them today here, make a financial contribution. And my message to anyone who's looking to spend their Sunday doing something good, come on down to the Machine Laundry Cafe.
Staff are hoping to raise more than $10,000 for the cause. Meanwhile, plans are underway for an Australia Day long weekend fundraising effort on Bruny Island. Businesses on the popular tourist hotspot are digging deep to support fire-ravaged Kangaroo Island, with plans to donate a percentage of their weekend profits directly to bushfire appeals.
Those businesses are also going to be donating directly from their own wages to the Kangaroo Island bushfire relief appeal.
Bruny is such a strong community as well. Strong opinions, strong community, really interesting island with some wonderful offerings and a great place to live. And they're going to dig deep and they're going to raise a lot of money for Kangaroo Island.
Businesses involved also include the Bruny Hotel and Pennicott Tours, with further details about the weekend's events to come. A volunteer fire brigade has been formally recognised for its tireless work protecting lives and property. The crew, based out of Kingston, was also nominated for its outstanding community spirit and dedication towards fundraising for the community.
Proud members of the Kingston Fire Brigade take the stage. The team of 39 volunteers today formally recognised for their dedication to helping the local community.
We don't like the recognition, we do it because we love it, but to find that the actual community is now recognised that we're putting in this effort is great to see.
Presented with the Community Group of the Year award by the Kingborough Council, after being nominated by a local Member of Parliament. The award, part of an annual ceremony honouring citizens that have made a significant contribution to the community.
It's a very big deal. There's 40,000 people living in Kingborough, so to be recognised amongst 40,000 people and hundreds of community groups, you've done a really great job for Kingborough.
The brigade is run solely by volunteers who are responsible for attending call-outs and fighting fires in surrounding suburbs. Today also celebrated for their commitment to raising money and awareness for those in need, including fundraising efforts to assist sick children and their families.
And the support that they gave to both Eleanor's Fight and to Ned Isham over the past 12 months was huge, but on top of that, of course, they do their firefighting work and they keep our community safe.
Despite their tireless unpaid work, these humble heroes say helping others is their calling.
We love the work. We don't see it as volunteering. It's part of a role in a job that we just love to do, a hobby as such.
Ebony Aplett, 7 Tasmania News.
Meanwhile, top seed and 2017 and 2018 Hobart International champion Elise Mertens will start her title defence against a qualifier. The draw for the tournament was conducted this afternoon. Second seed and 2014 champion Garbiñe Muguruza will play world number 48 Yafan Wang, while crowd favourite Samantha Stosur will play the Russian number 5 seed Veronika Kudermetova. Australian wildcard Lizette Cabrera, meanwhile, has a tough first-round opponent.
She's a really good player. I'm super excited to play her, actually, because I've never played her. So, yeah, fingers crossed I can get the win.
That is France's Caroline Garcia. The tournament gets underway on Monday morning from 11 a.m.
Good evening. A cooler day across the state today. Hobart, Burnie and Devonport all reached a top of 19, 22 in Launceston. A warmer day for St Helens with 25 in the state's top, 22 for Friendly Beaches, Flinders Island and Low Head 18, Smithton, King Island and Ouse all 17, 16 at Strawn. Cloudy conditions about the west and south of the state today. Further afield, an extensive middle-level cloud band stretched across WA, South Australia and New South Wales into the Tasman Sea. Thunderstorms over the tropical north. Tomorrow's chart and a high will pass north of Tasmania. A tropical low sits to the west of Darwin and is expected to develop into a tropical cyclone. Several troughs affect the rest of the mainland. Coastal waters and west to southwesterly winds at 15 to 25 knots about the south and lower east. Swells up to 4 to 6 metres in the west and south. And a strong wind warning is current from Wineglass Bay to Low Rocky Point. Sunday's forecast now: a partly cloudy day on the way for Hobart, 23. Richmond and Noosa slightly warmer in 25. Launceston partly cloudy, 26. Cloud clearing in Devonport, 23. And Deloraine, 25. 24 and cloud clearing for Burnie tomorrow. A light shower for Strawn, 19. Curry also 19 but fine. 21 at St Helens tomorrow. Swansea 22 and Whitemark expecting a top of 20 degrees. The UV forecast extreme right across the state. On to Monday, fine and mostly sunny, hot about the south, 30 the forecast for Hobart. Tuesday, fine and hot inland. And finally Wednesday, a hot day for the north, east and south with some showers developing, more likely to be about the south. Capital cities tomorrow is sunny day on the way for Perth, 33, Adelaide 31, Melbourne 20, Canberra smoke haze and 25, Sydney 22, Brisbane 28 with early rain and a shower forecast for Darwin, 33 there. And it's 17 right now in Hobart, 19 in Launceston and Devonport, mostly cloudy, and 16. Tom?
Thanks very much for that, Laura. Well, that's all your news for now. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.